Hello Sudoku friends and welcome to this expert puzzle by País. Today is March 26, 2024 and this is today's version of their expert puzzle. We'll get started right away, and what are we getting started with? Well, 6 it seems, because we have a couple of 6s blocking here. We have a 6 blocking here, so an easy 6 must go here, and we can continue for the moment with the 6s because now we have this 6 blocking down, this blocking up, and this blocking over. 6 here. And I think that's it for the 6s for now, because 6 blocks down and over, one of these is a 6. 6 blocks down and over, one of these is a 6. So we are going to have a 6 in 2 of these 4 squares. Which 2, we don't know. But we know that this must be an 8 because this 8 blocks across and this 8 blocks down. So now it looks as if a 1 must go here or here because this 1 blocks across. And we have to enter a 5 here because this 5 blocks up, this 5 blocks up. So here's a 5. This 3 blocks here, therefore we must have a 3 here. And here we now must have an 8, 4, and a 9. 5 blocks down and across, one of these is a 5. Therefore, one of these 3 must be a 5. Which one is way too early to tell. We have a 3 blocking here, and we have a 3 blocking here, so here's a 3. And now I think we can say, no, I know we can say that these 2 must be a 1 and a 3, and these must be a 6 and a 9. And here's how we can say that these 3's block here, this 1 blocks here. So neither of these squares can be a 1 or a 3. Therefore, I can say that one of these is a 3 and the other is a 1, and that leaves only the 6 and the 9 to account for up here. And since that ghost 6 blocks here, and this 6 blocks here, and this 6 blocks here, we know that this is a 6. And now we have something nice. We have a 5 and a 9 blocking down, so these 2 squares must be a 5 and a 9. What does that mean? Well, it means that these being 5 and 9, these must be a 2, 3, and a 7. And that gives me a 7 up here, doesn't it? Because a ghost 7 here blocking up, this 7 blocking across, this 7 blocking across. Yes, it does give me 7 here. Now we know that one of these 2 squares must be a 7. And we can tell which one it is because it must be this. And we can say this because this 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here. So the only square in row 4 that can be a 7 is here. And now I think we have an 8 here because this 8 blocks here and this 8 blocks here. So yes, here's an 8. And these 2 squares must be a 1 and a 4. And we can place those because we know from earlier that one of these is a 1. This ghost 1 blocks here. Therefore, this must be the 4 and this must be the 1. This 1 and this 1 block here. This 1 blocks here. Is a 1. Which blocks here? Here's another 1. So now we know that one of these 2 must be a 1. More importantly, probably is that these must be a 9 and a 4, and the 4 blocks up. Here's therefore a 9, here's therefore a 4. This 4 reaches all the way over here, and this 4 reaches up here, therefore we have a 4 here. These 2 4s block these squares, these two 4s block these squares. Here's another 4. So I think we can place something here. We're going to figure out what that is, because since these 3 must be a 4, 8, and a 9, it follows that these 2 must be a 2 and a 5, and therefore this must be a 9. We could also have done this much easier by noticing this 9 blocking over, leaving only one possibility for a 9. But sometimes I make things more complicated than need be, not by choice, but by being ignorant. What can I do? No excuses. We have a 9 here, and we have a 9 here because one of these is a 9, and this goes to 9 blocks across. We have these two 9s blocking down. So here's a 9, yes. What's going on with the 7s? 7 blocks down and over, therefore we have a 7 here or here, blocking up. 7, so we have a 7 here or here. And we have a 7 candidate here and here as well. So I don't think I can solve that yet. What about up here? We need a 2, 8, and one more, a 5. 2, 8, 5. Yes, we can do the 8. And we can do the 8 because we start down here with these two 8s. They block like so. And this 8 blocks like so. So this is an 8. Now we have these two 8s blocking here. So an 8 has got to go here. And now a 2 and a 5 here. And I think they'll have to wait just a moment longer. 6, 9, 2, 3, 5. So a 2 and a 3 block here. This is a 5. And these are 2 and 3. And I'm not sure I can do much about that for now, but let's look at these. They must be a 1 and a 7. And these, therefore, must be a 5 and a 3. Here we can do something. The 5 blocks over. So here's a 5, and here's a 3. So where are we at now? Let's have a look. 3 and 2, 6 and 9. 1, 3 here, and therefore a 2 and a 9 here. We should be able to figure out that the 9 blocks over, giving me a 2 here and a 9 here, right? So 2 here or here. A 1, 2, 5 here, that's doable. We have a 5 here and here blocking up. So here's a 5 and here is a 2. Now this must be a 3 and this must be the 2 finally. Down here we are looking for a 7, which gives us a 7 here. And these are 5 and 9. Therefore this has got to be a 3. That solves the 1, 3 problem we had here. Here's now a 1 and here's a 3. The 1 blocks over 1 here and a 2 here. 1 and 7 here. But the 3, I think we need to set a hook here with a 3 because the 3 blocks across and down and up. So yes, here's a 3. And a 2, 4, 8 here. The 4 blocks over, very convenient. Here's a 4 and a 2, 8 here, very conveniently again. An 8 blocks up, here's a 2 and here's an 8. So now we have this 2 blocking up and this 2 blocking over. This therefore must be a 2 and the other one must be a 5. Now we solve the 5, 9 issue we had going on here because the 5 now forces the 9 to go here and the 5 goes. We found this 9, so we can place a 6 here now and a 9 here. This 6 blocks up, this blocks over, here's a 6, and here, therefore, The last number must be a 7. We also needed a 7 over here. Remember, the 7 now blocks, giving me a 1 here and a 7 here. This 1 blocks across, so here's a 1 and here's an 8. To complete the puzzle, it wasn't that hard today, I think. Thank you for watching and bye for now.